If you'll pardon me because I'm using notes, you're going to see me like looking down. But I have ADD and 6 kids, so I'm about as adept at memorization as sausages are. And everybody knows that when it comes to meat products and fact retention, sausages are the worst. Anyway, I'm an only child, and I'm introverted. I love quiet. I love solitude. So obviously having a bunch of kids and homeschooling them was just a natural choice for me. So when I tell people about my career, and believe me, lucrative it is not, but a career it totally is. When I tell people about my homeschooling career, I get a lot of, oh my gosh, like I could never do that. And like, I mean, like, okay, Tina, like I could never be an actuary, but we all do our thing, right? I hear it a lot. And let me tell you, nothing, really gets you. Like there's one thing that never ever gets old. It's being told how miserable your life sounds to somebody else. To me though, it's completely amazing. I mean, it's also completely insane. Kainahara, my oldest is 14 and my youngest is 3. So at any moment, I could be teaching Gemara or like making Play-Doh shapes or anything in between, or both. So I'm like, Kol v'chomer, if we roll it in a ball and then we squish it, it's a pancake. So one of the upshots of homeschooling, like a whole flamboyance of Jewish children, is saving 6 figures a year, right? But, other stuff isn't free. So one of us has to still bring in 6 figures a year. So my husband really needs something to feel like he's contributing. So he has, his cute little job, like to help with the expenses. It's adorable. It makes him feel really good, like he's helping out with the household. He spends a lot of time in the office, even now. See, he's a boss, so he has everyone else working from home so that he can go to the office, because nobody is working from this home. It's not happening. I even considered filming this from like a neighbor's yard. Anyway, he works a lot, right? But he wants to be engaged with parenting. So since he can't do it himself, he'll remind me to do all of these like basic things. It may sound and feel like he's nagging, but it's his way of helping. So he asked me if I'd change the kids for bed. This was a great opportunity for me. So I said, no, I changed them for euros. But the good news is it's really quiet here and now we're rich. My husband is a very, very practical person. He sees what needs to be done and he makes sure that he does it, or, reminds me to do it. And nothing gets in the way. Not food, not sleep. Like we could be like hiking out in the wilderness and I could misstep, be like hanging off of a cliff screaming for him, and he would come running to my aid to the edge of the cliff, look over the edge and be like, hi, you're gonna do the floors later, right? I'll go get the rope. He would never, because we don't have any hills or cliffs in Florida. And anyways, we're not outdoorsy. But Florida, you might have heard that Florida is starting to open up again. We're moving to phase 1, not necessarily because our corona cases have gone down, but people in Florida are getting like really bored. And I don't know if you've ever Googled Florida man before, but boredom here is dangerous. Like, it's deadly. Also hilarious. I'm getting waved at, so I think I'm about to move to my last joke here. All right, here we go. Moving on to the last one. So this is hard. It's really hard doing this without an audience because I'm used to like people laughing at me, but you know, sometimes it can be hard to do this with an audience. Like this one time I was performing and like front and center was this one lady, and like every single joke, her response was, like, I brought out my tried and true best one-liner. Like the funniest, never fail masterpieces. The elephant joke. So finally, you know, I pick her out. I look her straight in the eye and I'm like, lady, like this whole time, I'm doing my best. I'm getting nothing from you. So listen, like, I've only got one more thing to say to you. Hamakom yinachem eschem.